Greetings. Today I want to speak to you concerning the Abdullah's 30-day manifestation challenge, Alchemy challenge, teaching you how to create your reality consciously. And this was done to Neville Goddard, who was the student of Abdullah. And Abdullah, being a wise mentor, he actually taught Neville Goddard how to basically challenge himself for 30 days. Because if you are familiar with the work of Neville Goddard, you will hear when Neville speak about how he had to live in his imagination for a month, okay? An entire month, night after night, sleeping in his mother's home in Barbados in his imagination while he was residing in New York. And night after night, and day after day, when he walked the streets of New York, he would imagine himself walking the streets of Barbados, and he would do it also in his imagination at night. So he was living in Barbados in his imagination, which is living there in the spirit, and he was living physically in New York. Now, all of that is to show us that we are both physical and spiritual, and also to prove that truly Joshua 1 and 3 really means what it says when it says that any way that the sole of your feet shall tread, that shall be given unto you. In other words, wherever you can travel in your imagination, you can definitely go there physically. So if you really understand that, then you will challenge yourself to travel to any country, and then when you prove it, you can also use it to attract money and prosperity in your life. But in Neville's case, Neville wanted to make a trip to the island of Barbados to visit his family after leaving his family for over 12 years. And it all started with Neville having this burning desire. Do you realize, if you ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, it taught you in that book that you have to start with a desire, having a burning desire, okay? And when you have that desire, you must have definiteness of purpose. Neville was definite concerning what he wanted, and Abdullah knew that he was being specific or definite. And Abdullah said to him, "You are already in Barbados. Why worry? You are already in Barbados." And to Neville, this was very strange, because it was a time of a great depression, because most people at that time too was vibrating on that vibration and frequency of lack of money. That is why it was known as the Great Depression. And so Abdullah had a different mentality. He didn't have a third class mentality, he had a first class mentality. That's why he told Neville that he had gone back to Barbados and he would have gone first class, not third class, but first class. And the reason why I'm mentioning third class, because when Neville went to the shipping company, when this whole thing came to fruition, they told him that he would travel third class. And when he went to Abdullah with the news, okay, and was saying third class, Abdullah rebuked him and actually slammed the door in his face, showing us that we must refuse every form of third class thinking. So if you're living in a country and they're calling it a third world country, it doesn't mean that you have to have that third world mentality. You do not have to have that colonial mentality, and you do not have to have that slavery mentality, okay? And Neville growing up in a colony, and I growing up in what was once known as a British colony, and still is a colony because of the system that they still have over the people through their governmental system, the educational system, and the religious system. Is basically a different way, a more systematic way. They have the people in mental slavery instead of physical slavery. And that is why, my brother and my sisters, I want to show you that you have to be willing and be disciplined to challenge yourself, to go to bed night after night more consciously, being more aware of what you want. And those of you who are also familiar with All Nightingale in The Stranger's Secret, you will realize it is the same teaching and the same principle just been put in a different way in the standpoint of a businessman. But I am bringing it to you as one who grew up in a country whereby you were taught all of your life concerning secular Christianity that is pointing you to look outwardly and to believe that the Bible is literal and secular history. And now you are awake now, you have to present it in that way to show the people that it's a book of mind science and should be interpreted psychologically. And instead of looking outwardly, that is supposed to be looking inwardly. But it is the same thing why All Nightingale at the end of his record that sold millions back in the day, okay, around 1930, I want to believe, okay, I'm subject for correction, okay, but around that time, he gave everyone a 30-day challenge. That's why I am doing this video to say to you, you need to challenge yourself and stop having your mind going all over the place and you do not know what you want and you cannot hold a desire for at least a month because you want all different things and your mind all over the place. It's time for you to be more focused. It is time for you to be more concentrated and it's time for you to calm your mind down. That is why it's very important for you to practice meditation to calm your chattering mind down and to practice visualization. Okay, practice scripting, practice mirror work. Do all of these different things to help to put your mind in the rightful state of putting it also in the right brain wave. Okay, to impress upon your subconscious mind that which you so desire. That is why it's good to do it at night before you go to bed and at mornings when you wake up. But the main thing is you must live in your imagination morning, noon and night. So challenge yourself for 30 days. Know exactly what you want. Write it down according to Habakkuk chapter 2. Okay? And do the vision tarry. Wait for it. I'm saying to you, learn to wait at least for 30 days. Okay? Doing this thing for 30 days over and over and over and over because repetition is very, very important to impress your subconscious mind. So my brother, my sister, this is a challenge I'm giving it to you. I do not know what you want. You're supposed to know what you want. And you're supposed to have that feeling that it is already yours because you know through this teaching that God and man are one. For God and man is man's imagination. Abdullah, make sure he pointed out to Neville that the central character of the Bible is man's imagination. Not a man 2,000 years ago. Not an idol. It is your own imagination that is creating your reality and creating your personality. It's your own consciousness, your own awareness of being that is creating your environment. So my brother, my sisters, you are actually the operant power and you can live the best version of your life if you will be disciplined enough. Because at the end of the day, remember, attitude is everything. It is your attitude towards yourself, towards the world, and towards other people, I should say. Okay? So that's why it's very important for you to check upon your belief system and put yourself in the right mindset to receive. Because for you to receive, you have to be willing to give. So give up your time, give up your energy, give up your gifts, your talents. And this is where action comes in. So you have to put things into action, put things into place. And then you will definitely get the results. So with that being said, my brother, my sisters, if you want to get results just like Neville got results and it changed his life and he left so many lectures for others to follow. And he did all of this because he had a very wise mentor by the name of Abdullah, the black mystic from Ethiopia. I want to say to you, let us all walk in the footsteps of Abdullah. Okay? And you can only do that by being more disciplined. Okay? So discipline yourself. Have a disciplined mind. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I think I would have made myself clear. And I want to say to you that if this is the very first time that you listen to me and what I'm saying, if it makes sense, if it really resonates with you and is really helping you in any way and you haven't subscribed already, I'm definitely encouraging you to like, to subscribe, to comment, or to share this video. Share this video as much as possible. Let us bring our energy together to reach as much of humanity as possible, because this message needs to go all around the world, teaching each and every one that it is their own thought that is creating their reality and their personality, that is their own consciousness, and they must use their consciousness to create their reality consciously, and they must do it wisely and do it creatively by tapping into their creativity and get rid of secular Christianity, get rid of this Jesus and Mary story that is keeping them in poverty, mediocrity, and most of all, mental slavery. So I want to also say, if you would like to follow me on Instagram or you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Mad Guru. And if you feel strongly led to support this work because it's helping you and it is beneficial to you, I want to just remind you that there's a PayPal and the link is always down below. Also, you can choose to be a part of my Patreon community and support this work continually to help for all of us together to reach all of humanity. And I have a $20 course there also. It's called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously. And it's all about you discovering the sun that is within you, that melanin sun that is within you, discovering that light that is within you. So you will know definitely that the Bible is actually the sun book, and why in Psalms 84:11 you're told that the Lord thy God is a sun, a S-U-N, and a shield, and no good thing with you withhold from you. And common sense will show you that the sun has never withheld any good thing from humanity, for the sun is what powers all of humanity and give all of humanity its energy. Not Jesus, a man 2,000 years ago. There's no S-O-N who could ever exist unless there first be the S-U-N. That's a brainwash. That's all about control and keeping you foolish. Also, in Malachi 1:2, you're told that the Son of Righteousness shall arise in you with healing in his wings. So righteousness and healing can only be found within you. So my brothers, my sisters, my encouragement is to look within. So if you feel strongly to check out these videos, I'll definitely encourage you to do so. At this time, I want to say peace. Love you all. Out.